I feel a stranger in my town. I don't mind so much the people as the landmarks coming down. Yet still we sleep in comfort with our sheltered bread and wine, knowing that we're better off than any other place or time. Yeah, we hit the jackpot, baby, you and me. We were born in North America in the 20th century.
Welcome back to the Texas music scene. Here's the first part of our double album interview with Cody and Willy Braun of Reckless Kelly. American Girls and American Jackpot were recorded at my home away from home, Arlyn Studios in South Austin, with 2 handfuls of good songs, a great band, and a bunch of their friends and family.
Still we hit the jackpot, baby, you and me. We were born in North America in the 20th century.
Yeah, I mean, Arlyn has, like I said, kind of become our home away from home in Austin, and we treat you like family, and you know, you can go home and sleep in your own bed that night. It just kind of makes for a really relaxed process, and we get in there and we don't want to leave, you know, we get in there and start just recording and having fun. And
it's got a real family vibe down there, you know, Lisa and Freddie that own it, and then we've made several records with the crew now, with Joseph and Jacob are the engineers there, and it's also a really cool creative space because they got a ton of room and everybody gets just kind of spread out, and you can leave all your guitars set up. It helps feed that vibe when you get on a roll.
Got a one-way ticket to Cooperstown. My ticket's punched, Cooperstown.
Dad and I wrote this song about Jackie Robinson. And, it's actually about a kid who wants to be like Jackie Robinson. And so I got together with Dad in the spring before we made the record, and his kind of experience growing up playing sandlot baseball back when the Yankees were king. And
still king.
But yeah, Dad was always a big baseball fan, and so was Uncle Gary. And between the two of them, they kind of really made all of us big baseball fans growing up. And we had both Uncle Gary and Dad come down and play on that song. Dad sang, and Uncle Gary played chromatic harmonica. And like Cody was saying, we kept it real simple. Just got Bucka playing this ballpark organ thing, and then Charlie played some guitar, and I played acoustic guitar, and that's it, you know? Like, the rhythm section, we're like, what do we do? I was like, yeah, take a nap.
We used to hang out all the time. Tom was a friend of mine.
Yeah, we had a lot of people come down and kind of guest star on this. I told David Abeyta it took 6 guitar players to fill his shoes on this record, so we had a lot of our good friends that we've known for a long time down here. Kelly came in, and Wade Bowen sang on one. We had guitar players, had Charlie Sexton, Chris Masterson played on most of them, our buddy Jeff Crosby, Rosie Flores, Sean Somm came down.
Gary Clark Jr.
Oh yeah, Gary Clark Jr. played on one.
Anyway, Willy asked Gary, he said, you know, we had this song that we had in mind we were going to ask him to play on, and I would love to have you come in and cut this track. And he said, well, I'm really busy this week. He was flying out the next day to go do Saturday Night Live, which we didn't know. But Willy was like, oh, well, that's cool, you know, we'll figure it out sometime. He goes, Gary said, well, do you want to cut it right now? And I was like, all right. So we just plugged in, and I thought it was hilarious. And the song that he's on is a song about Willy riding a mule out of the Grand Canyon. And I was like, you got the best guitar player in the world right now, and got him on a song about a mule.
Yeah, but it's a good rocker.
Well, Mona, you're a bad, bad girl. You don't love me even though you mean well. You're the queen of the Bright Angel Trail. Oh, Mona, you're a bad, bad girl.
And I think that's one of the fun things about this whole project, the 2 records. There's tons of surprises. There's lots of different stuff, you know. I mean, there's a song we wrote with Corblund called Goodbye Colorado that I think is just a really cool piece.
It was Goodbye Colorado, boy. I'm headed
don't know, just it really kind of stretches the boundaries of the band and you know, where we've been, where we are now, and we kind of tried to leave more space and have things have their places. And you know, I mean, we're not from Austin, but we've been there longer than we've lived anywhere else now, and it really feels like home. And to kind of bring all that together with some of these people that came and played on the record really felt, I don't know, like we kind of finally belong, you know, in Austin in some ways.
I've been thinking about you all night. I've been thinking about you all night. I've been thinking about you all night, every night. I've been thinking about you all night. I've been thinking about you all night. I've been thinking about you all night, every night. There's nothing like them American girls, man, ain't there something? I've been around the block and I've been around the world, and they ain't got nothing on you. There's nothing like them, nothing like you, nothing like them American girls.
Thematically, these albums are divided by songs that represent the historical or geographical features of living in the USA on the first record, American Jackpot, and tunes that explore relationships, love, and human connections on the second record, American Girls.
A couple weeks after we finished the record, which was originally going to be about 10 or 12 songs, I realized if we went back in and cut like 4 more, we could make a whole other album. So the rest of the tunes that we'd kind of just left on the cutting room floor were all mostly songs about girls and relationships. So took American Girls and made that the title track to the second album. And it's just kind of a good rock and roll song. You know, we just wanted a nice, straight up summertime rock and roll tune.
Wherever I was going, all of the roads that led back home. Now I only see you with my eyes closed. Now I only see you with my eyes closed.
I Only See You With My Eyes Closed. It's another one I wrote with Jeff Crosby. You know, I thought that it would be a good first song for people to hear. I felt like it was a really strong song, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. You know, it kind of had this really cool vibe that it captures a lot of elements that float around the rest of the record. And so I think it's kind of a good representation of the whole project. There's one on American Girls that I'm looking forward to getting out there that we recorded, had Susie Boggess sing on it, and it's a duet.
Never got to rope and wrangle.
We never shut down a saloon.
It's kind of like a Sergio Leone meets Marty Robbins or something. You know, it's got like this real twangy country thing, the real deep kind of gunfighter ballad guitar.
In the studio, Willy described it as like, I want it to sound like if Marty Robbins had a rock and roll band. And I think for bands, like us that are always trying to evolve and trying to get better and trying new things, the Americana scene has always been exciting to me in that sense where, there's people doing new things and pushing the envelope and talking about things that, some people don't want to hear, or, telling stories in a way that you haven't heard them before. And that's what you're always going for, is trying to tell a story in a different way. And as a musician, trying to get better, trying to outdo what you did last time, and that's fun. That's the fun part of what we get to do. For us creatively, that's really what feeds us to kind of get excited about the next thing.
Lost inside